Learn Excel from Mr. Excel Podcast, episode 2249, Geography Data Types in Excel. Hey, welcome back to Mr. Excel Netcast. I'm Bill Jelen. Last week, I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is just a beautiful, beautiful place to do, doing a Power Excel seminar there. And I've been doing this new section called New Features Announced at Ignite in Orlando. And I show off things like the picture transparency, which is great, because it can reveal the things behind the picture. And of course, talk a lot about dynamic arrays. But the thing, as I reflect on this, that really is getting the most oohs and ahs is the new geography data type, which I have not covered here on the podcast. So when I'm doing this session live, I type in the city where I'm at and then ask people to give me other cities, both large and small, and then use this. But, how do we do that here on the podcast? So I'm really thankful. I sent a tweet out yesterday. I'm recording this on Saturday, sent it out on November 2nd. Say, hey, I'm creating a new Excel video. Give me a quick reply with your home city. And wow, 140 replies. So thanks to everyone who replied, and even the people who replied after I'm doing this video. Sorry you didn't make it in. Just a shout out to, here's everyone's Twitter thumbnails who replied. All right, so here's the data we have. And there were some duplicates in there, and so if it's the same city, I removed them of the three. But other than that, I just left it exactly as it came in. All right, so places like Plymouth, not fully qualified, and we're going to see how well this feature works. So the new feature is called a geography data type. I select all of my cells, come here to the data tab, and you see we have two new things. If you're in Office 365, this is not an Excel 2019 or Excel 2016 or 13 or anything like that. And we have stocks and geography. Now, I have no idea why these are in Spanish and everything else is in English. My Excel crashed earlier today, and when it fired back up, I'm in Spanish. But in your case, it's going to say stocks and geography. I'll report this to the Excel team, and I'm sure it'll get fixed. All right, so we choose our data like this, and then choose geography. And what's going to happen is they're going to send all these values out to the internet. And if it's successful, we get the little map icon. But then we have some here that it couldn't figure out. All right, so they give you a little search. All right, how about just this? And there we are. And it's funny, they have the accent above the E. I have no idea why they couldn't figure that out. Choose select. West Collingswood Heights. Now, this is in New Jersey. And with all due respect to the person in West Collingswood Heights, as I've tried to figure out how it could figure this out, I had to search for just Collingswood. And I'm sure that West Collingswood Height is so much better than Collingswood, but unfortunately, we're going to have to go with a new one. And then Sutter. Oh, Sutter. This is really crazy. Sutter, there are multiple Sutters in Illinois. So when I ask for Sutter, Illinois, they want to know, is it the one in Hancock County or the one in Sutter County? And I actually, when I know the person, not Deb, I went and looked. Your Sutter, you were nice enough to give me the zip code, is in Hancock County. So I fixed that one. Okay, so 3 had to be fixed. Now, here's the cool thing. The little map icon, you can hover over that map icon, show card, Control-Shift F5, or just click on the map icon, and it brings up pictures of the city. How cool is that? And tells you a whole bunch of information about that city. But this is not useful because it's just in a little floating box. What good is that? But check this out. Come over here. I'll type population, and then a brand new formula type equal A2 dot population, and bam, they give me the population for that city. And then check this out. Double click and shoot that down, and we get the population for all of those. All right, so here we have a city that Wikipedia must not know the answer to. So that new field, exclamation point, error. All right, what else can we do here? We can come out and ask for basically the state. In the United States, this works out fine. That's equal A2 dot administrative division 1. Double click and copy that down. Or I can ask for the county. And this doesn't make as much sense in other parts of the world. So administration division 2. Double click and copy that down. Or I can even ask for the mayor equal A2 dot leaders. Double click and copy that down. Now take a look at this formula up here on the formula bar. Because there's parentheses in there, they wrapped that in square brackets. I didn't have to wrap it in square brackets. They just wrapped it in square brackets. And it looks like a lot of these places, Wikipedia doesn't know who the mayor is. So you can always wrap that in if error like this with quote, quote, and at least you'll get blanks in those cases. Now, this is one case certainly where it makes a lot of sense to format as a table, so Control T. The advantages of formatting as a table is you get this awesome little symbol out here. You can come out to this little symbol and ask for something else, like maybe the time zone equal A2 dot time zone, just off the screen there, and it returns what time zone they're in if they know. The other awesome thing about this is they know latitude and longitude, but I'm not even going to bring those into the table. I'm just going to come back here to city and open this up and say that I want to display this or sort this by longitude and sort smallest to largest, and it goes west to east. So the Twitter followers who answer me, Portland, Oregon is the farthest west, and then you see that we go throughout the United States here, and then over through Europe and to Australia and New Zealand. Really awesome, the ability to be able to sort city by something that's not even in the data. And of course, we could have added latitude and longitude and sorted that way, but it's nice to be able to sort by something that you don't really want to display at all. So really, really cool. All right, here's another one. So we're going to start with country, go to the data tab, choose geography, and then let's see what we can get for country. We can get the abbreviation, we can get the area, and then all kinds of things like what percentage of the country is forested. Sort that Z to A. All right, Sweden, Zambia, Brazil. Lots of forests there. All kinds of interesting information for each of those countries. Again, this is Office 365 only. It'll never be in Excel 2019 because they're going out to the internet. This is a service, right? In order to have a service, you have to have the subscription. So if you have the perpetual versions of Excel, you shouldn't have the perpetual versions of Excel. Awesome new thing, the geography, data types. And again, thanks to everyone who played along and answered my tweet. I want to thank you for stopping by. We'll see you next time for another netcast from Mr. Excel.